Namaste, Star Family. Welcome to your December 2025 prediction reading. This is going to be a pick a card. You'll also have the option to choose according to zodiac placement. Now, what I'm receiving as a guidance for December, if you are into astrology and your different layers of expression, I would suggest the intellectual layer, which is your Vedic or true sky placement of your sun. What does that mean? Please look into the description box below, or if you're watching this from Patreon, just look into the detail of the post and I will share with you some of the insights. So it's really looking at where the sun really was when you were born. Astrology is very extensive because of the precession of the earth, the tilt of the earth. The calendar is not as fixed as we say is in Western astrology. There is purpose in all expression of astrology systems. So for the ones that are curious, I would suggest that placement, especially we are soon approaching year 1, so 2026. That's going to be major. So yeah, that's something I wanted to share for the ones that resonate. Otherwise, just use your intuition. Okay, that's just an insight that I received as I was preparing all those beautiful decks. So pile 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what we have. As far as goddesses energy, we have pile number 1, Gula, healing. Pile number 2, Aryanhad, time. And pile number 3, Bronwyn with forgiveness. Beautiful goddesses. Let's look into the zodiac placement now. Okay, I have my little bag. All right, we shuffle, and let's pull, there. So, pile number 1, we have a Virgo, a Leo, Aquarius, and Libra. You know what? Actually, if this one came, I'm going to put 5 of them. Okay, so we're going to have Taurus. Very interesting. Okay. And let's see what we have. That happens sometimes. It's rare. And then we have 4 for pile number 2. We have Pisces. We have Gemini, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Beautiful. And then last but not least, with Bronwyn and forgiveness, we have Capricorn. Oh, interesting, because we're going to be in between Sagittarius and Capricorn season, Aries, and Scorpio. Okay, so pile 1, 2, or 3, according to the goddess energy or zodiac placement. I will see you there for your messages. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your December 2025 predictions. You have the beautiful card with the goddess Gula, which is all about healing. And thanks to this, I actually added another deck to this reading, one that I was considering that is called Heal Yourself. And that was my confirmation when I pulled the card. Okay, so thank you for that, pile number 1, confirmation. There might be something around you receiving confirmation through the signs of the universe in December 2025. If you chose this pile, you might have chosen according to zodiac placement. I suggested your sun, true sky, or Vedic astrology placement. If some of you don't know how to find this, please look into the description or the post if you're watching this from Patreon. Okay, so we have Virgo, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Libra. So there was an extra sign. If those are not your sign, that's fine. That's just another way for people to get some of their guidance. Let's look at your oracle cards. So we're going to pull them, my dear pile number 1. You know, the end of the year can be a little bit stressful at times. with family gatherings and a lot going on. So maybe this is also an indication that you want to make sure that you have some sacred time and space for yourself through the month. Okay. And okay, all right, this one. And we are going to get that healing card. Okay. All right, let's look at those oracle cards. We have the snake spirit. Time to heal. I kid you not, I was noticing the serpent on her finger. And if I'm not mistaken, that's her index finger. So if you're working with mudra, which are sign language, this is the air element. Okay, so that's going to relate to your mental body, intellectual body, which is so interesting because that's also in astrology when you're working with different systems and how it relates to your multi-layered body. The Vedic astrology, true sky astrology is going to be more towards the mental body. Yeah. So there's something about maybe your mindset that is healing in December. I'm seeing that there's a lot of shadows with the light that I put, but that's fine. Okay, maybe there's some shadows that are coming to the light for healing. In the zodiac wheel, the number 55 is actually in the first degrees of Capricorn. That is all about bringing clarity on certain topic. Okay, so we're getting lots of messages with very little. Okay, I feel as some of you, if there's any triggers through the month, through the reflection and mirrors of others or anything, you know, you're going to get it very quickly. It seems that you already have done some healing on yourself. Maybe some of you doing Kundalini type of energy exercises, yoga, breath work. This is something that I offer in the Patreon Starseed Temple. If some of you are interested, you can find this in the video description. We have Well Spirit, Trust the Great Mystery. Love this. There's some deep dive. There's some deep dive. It seems, especially with the deep dive of the well, the water, listen to your emotions in December 2025. It will lead you to understand how certain feelings, certain emotions lead you to think a certain way. And that's what, it's almost like the system of how energy travels through the body is trying to be healed through December 2025. Then we have the cat spirit, claim your independence. I love this. It's about breaking the chains of, I heard the chains of command. So it's almost like, I want to stop feeling this way when this happens. Okay, so maybe some of you also, if it's maybe something that is said, maybe someone is projecting on you and you react a certain way and that's uncomfortable. So you want to break free from the karmic chains. You know, through December, there's the sun in Sagittarius and Capricorn. Capricorn is associated with the tarot cards of the devil, the chain that we are tied to, but it's all an illusion. And by the way, for some of you, if it's your birth month, there is also in the true sky the passage of the sun into the 13th sign, Ophiuchus. So from November 30th all the way to December 17th, if I'm not mistaken. I just looked it up, I think a couple weeks ago. Okay, then we have the stone goddess, unwavering love and support, maternal line. Maybe some of you, it's about healing the goddess inside of you. That means the maiden, the mother, and the crone. So parts of you that is the feminine energy. The feminine energy that births. Some of you, it might be also inherited patterns from your maternal lineage. So maybe if you're looking at the women in your family, certain patterns that they're replicating, that might give you a hint about something that you want to break free from in December 2025. And then we have pay attention to signs. I told you, you're going to have a lot of things that create in you a trigger. And it doesn't have to be negative, pile number one. Don't take it as something that is going to be negative, not at all. Because it's the universe helping you break free from something that is weighing on your aura. That is something that you signed up to break free, probably as a contract with the women, the divine feminine energy in your family. Yeah. All right, let's look at what the tarot cards are sharing further in this month of December. You have a lot of protection, a lot of ancestors, maybe even a particular figure, a particular past loved one, a particular ancestor version or even past version of yourself watching over you. I can sense that you're definitely not alone in this whole project of breaking the chains of a certain pattern that the feminine essence in your lineage, but also collectively, is being tied to. We're going to see if the cards are sharing with us what is that chain, that karmic chain. We have the Two of Cups. Might be relationships in the relationship between feminine and masculine. This is so interesting. Some of you, if you are part of the Instagram subscription or the Patreon, all levels of temples, this is the guidance that we received. We received a lot of guidance with the new moon in Scorpio around yin yang to activate your Merkaba, your ascension vehicle. If some of you are interested, I also have this information sold separately. All the details that I'm mentioning, you'll find in the description box, by the way. The Ten of Cups, yes. And the Page of Wands. It's interesting how this is a card of family, emotional fulfillment, but we see here how it leads to the child. And how maybe some of you, there's something about how you were raised as a child, how the parents exchanged. You see how they drink from each other's cup. If there was any type of imbalance. You know, what I've noticed on my mother's lineage, if I have to reflect about this, I would say there was a lot of divorce. Okay, so not able to share a cup between feminine and masculine, but also the women became highly masculine. The embodiment started to be very distorted. So maybe some of you, there could be something like this. Could be, some type of inner child wound, or how maybe with the Page of Wands, how it affected your creativity. Especially if you had to really get into a survival mode, as far as maybe embodying more of a rational side, stifling your creativity, not allowing yourself to be more receptive, always feeling you have to be productive. 1111 on your portion of this recording, my dear one. Yeah. There's an awakening in terms of how your feminine energy is allowing herself to be labeled. Maybe some of you, it's so funny because I had like little stickers that I was removing earlier. Maybe the labels that were stuck on you, the labels that people have put on you. Oh, you're always like this. Oh, you're always like this. Actually, let me share with you, just earlier this morning, I saw this little clip between, I think Teal Swan was the one that shared this, with Sofia Vergara, and I don't remember the name of the actor, and how she's always kind of suggesting that she might be always grumpy or angry because she's walking in uncomfortable shoes. Okay, so to look good, put yourself in uncomfortable expression of yourself to appear a certain way because society tells you so, that it's more sexy, more attractive, it's like more standard status to be wearing high heels, and not realizing you might be breaking your back and be always cranky because you're suffering. So that's something, all the references that I'm mentioning here, I'm going to put them in the details so you can also, see how that feels and how that resonates with you. Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel we're going to move to another layer of messages and see how that translates. Okay. Let me shuffle the decks and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. And while I was shuffling, I have a little insight that came forward for myself. That's something that I realized a couple of weeks ago, and I shared with my boyfriend, that in my family, there was so much hyper focus, especially the women, on the physical appearance, the beauty, that we were taught to always be in the smallest size. So everything had to be bought in XS or S sizes. If you were medium, you were considered fat, and a lot of things around this. And realizing that I never let myself wear too much baggy clothing, because I would believe, that was a subconscious program that I realized, that I would grow into the size of the clothes if I had this size of clothes. That was something I realized a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh my God. And I have now plenty of baggy clothes for comfortable, lounging around the house. But that was something that I did not allow myself to have. So a little bit relating to that Sofia Vergara story here. But yeah, I wanted to share this with you because some of you really enjoy my little stories and all the insights, and doing those tarot card readings, it always triggers so much healing for myself and for the ones watching and connecting. So I'm very, very grateful. So let me know in the comments below if you have anything as you're watching this, or if it comes as the month starts, if you start realizing about certain patterns of thoughts that you inherited, especially if you are a woman and, from the maternal lineage. Let me know. I would love to hear your stories as well. So next layer of message. Now that we have, that's going to be, once you have those realization, my dear one, okay? No, I'm going to keep it here. The healing was for the first message. We have Koi fish spirit, there is always enough. Beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. And temple, the wisdom within, quieten external noise. Okay, we had a little bit of that insight at the beginning when I said, make sure that you have some time for yourself at the around the holiday season. Lay a solid foundation, I would say, for your own retreat. Maybe some of you, it's to make sure that you have time to journal, that you have time to meditate. Again, I have 3 layers, different temples on the Patreon membership, if some of you are interested to look into it, especially as there is a lot that you're transmuting, okay? Make sure that you realize there is always enough, that you are enough. Maybe some of you, part of the wounds is about worthiness. And if you don't have this solid foundation about your worthiness, it's going to be very hard to tap into how powerful you truly are. Because you need to realize first how worthy your life is, how worthy your light is, how worthy your love and presence is. Because that is the foundation of you awakening to the remembrance of all that you are. Okay, now we're going to look into the energy work. Some of you know that this is something that is very dear to me. You've just received many layers of messages. You might already have some insights or awakening, things that you just realize as you listen to those messages. How can you integrate them? Or if some of you don't know and you want to call in those answers, those healing foundations, making sure that you are feeling worthy through the month of December. Let's see what type of frequency you can listen to, what type of mantra you can chant, and what mudra. I'm going to also pull a crystal. Thank you so much, my dear Angie, for this little gift. It was my birthday in November, and I know that some of you sometimes ask me if I want a deck. I can never say no to a deck. So some of you, if you are still interested in sending me a little birthday present, I'm going to put my wish list for all my decks that I have. If some of you are interested, I know that some of you are very generous, and if you want any cards to be featured, I would be so grateful and so happy to do that as well. All right, well, you have 2 crystals. Beautiful. Okay, so you have Page of Cups, Star, and the 2 of Wands. You know, with this already, and the creativity, I really feel that this is the star seed, the star seed playlist. So some of you, it might be that you already have a particular star system that you feel connected to. Maybe it's the Pleiades, Sirius, whatever it is that I have available on that playlist that could resonate. And if you don't have any particular star constellation, I would suggest the New Earth Miracle. So this is, because this is about creating. It's about you creating the platform, the foundation for the next level that you're entering, your next level of embodiment. And in December, it seems that you're going through a lot of the different energies. It could be because of some of the astrology movements, how it triggers your chart. But what I'm seeing is that you are highly supported also by your family from above and beyond, from the stars. So if some of you, you have a particular star system, you can use this. I will post the playlist. I'm going to list it here as well. And let's look at your crystals. Some of you have those crystals. You can use them in your meditative practice. You can sleep with them under your pillow. We have the bloodstone. Ooh, I love this. I had a necklace. I had a, how do you call this? Mala beads, but it was not mala beads, it was bloodstone beads with 108, and that was how I first started doing energy work with the mantra, was 108 times for each mantra. Maybe some of you, it's about rehearsing 108 times the mantra that will channel for you. If you've never experience repeating 108 times a mantra, OMG, OM freaking G. Especially I remember when I started doing this, I've done it with many mantra, but then I started doing it with the planet mantra. Whoa, it took me like, I was seeing stars. It was just very powerful. Bloodstone says, bloodstone is a vibrant gem adorned with green and red speckles. It's recognized as a stone of vitality and courage. In historical stories, it was thought to originate from drops of Christ's blood during the crucifixion. Okay, all right. Today, it's considered a protective talisman with potent grounding qualities. Referred to as the sunstone at times, which I wouldn't agree here because there is a different stone that is called sunstone. This unique gem is believed to shield its wearer from negativity while instilling a sense of control, offering safety and security. I would say that would be very good Especially it says, ooh, during meditate, high pressure situations, facing confrontation. If some of you have anxiety around gatherings with family, relatives for the end of the year, that's definitely something that you can do. I draw strength from the earth beneath me, connected to your root and the earth element. Okay. And then we have the red beryl. Like many red stones, red beryl emanates a fiery energy. Yes, its real strength lies in guiding you to discern when to act on your passion and drive and when to take a step back. Remarkably rare, this gem is renowned for its calming influence on emotions, such as anxiety, impatience, or stress. Even more, its connection to the root chakra offers a sense of stability and security. However, red beryl doesn't hold you back from your dreams. Instead, it helps you go after them in a focused and down-to-earth way. Okay, great to use during times of decision making, while working out, or any career-related activities. Perfect. When the says it, I listen to the rhythm of my drive, finding the perfect balance between action and rest. Oh, this is great. So there's a lot of guidance here about making sure you retreat, making sure you take actions on your dreams, your creativity, your creation. So because there's so much root energy, your mudra is going to be the root chakra mudra. So this is thumb and index together. With the koi fish spirit, there is always enough. I really feel that I want you to use Om Mani Padme Hum. A detox, to me, it's really a mantra that detoxifies from all negativity. So you can really remove yourself from some of the old programs inherited, and making sure that you feel your worthiness, you feel how magnetic and attractive you are to your dreams. And while listening to either the New Earth Miracle or a particular star system that is dear to you. And that I leave to your discretion. Wow, pile number 1, there was a lot here. If that was you, leave me a little star and a little fish. Okay, I really feel that there's, fish, goldfish especially, I know this is a koi fish, but golden fish is often associated to healing, even sometimes to the Christ activation. So that could be something that you're going through at this end of the year, through this whole process of laying the foundation also, I feel, for starting a year 1, 2026. Thank you so much for your presence, my dear loved ones. Okay, I'm sending you so much love, so much light. And when you're watching this, I may still have my Black Friday sale going. I do believe right now there's only 5 spots left, something like this. So please, if you feel that you want some tarot guidance, you can grab your spot right now. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your messages for December 2025. You have chosen the beautiful card of the goddess Aryan Rod, and she is relating to time. Okay. Something about, it's about time, it's the season. Okay, we'll see where that's leading us. If you chose according to zodiac placement for this month, I received the guidance that it would be insightful to choose your sun placement in Vedic astrology or true sky astrology. This is more relating to your intellectual mental layer of body. If some of you want to have more insights about astrology live talks, I will post this in the Patreon post or the video description of the YouTube. Okay, and if that's the case, for here we have the sign of Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Let's move them aside. Don't worry about it if it's not the way you chose your pile, that's just one way for people to get their messages. So let's look at those piles. Pile number 1 made me realize I really wanted to use the healing deck as well. That was a confirmation, so I added this deck as part of the reading. We're gonna have one card for you here. Okay, yes, there's the season. The season of what? I'm so okay. I'm gonna be patient. Okay, is there some impatient ones here? Oh my God. Okay, maybe some of you is just like you just like, you know, something good is about to happen. I'm hearing also trying to rush your blessings. Let the divine time, you know, blessed work be at play. There's something about this. I'm not sure why yet, but I really feel so impatient to look at this card. So impatient. Okay. It was almost painful not to do it. Okay, I have no idea why I'm saying all this, but again, we'll see. All right, we'll get the tarot cards later. Let's finally look. We have, ooh, procrastination. Wow. So, that is so interesting because I felt such an impulse. And I wanted you like, do it. I want to do it. And we have a card that speaks of not doing it. So maybe some of you in December, there is this tension that might be building up for you to start something that you know your soul is calling you to do, to act upon. Okay? Because it is time. It's the season. I'm hearing to be jolly. So maybe it's a project that will ultimately bring you a lot of joy. And for some reason, it's been putting on the back burner. Maybe some of you, there's certain fears that you're having to face. Okay, and we're going to see how we can support you here. Pile number 2. We have the spider spirit. Make your dreams real. Oh my God, this is the season. Some of you, if you needed to hear this, you know, Mercury is going to be out of retrograde in December. There's no excuse around not being able to start a project, to start something. Yes, it's the end of the year, but I feel like some of you, it might be that you're laying the foundation for 2026. That is a year 1. That's a major boost in energy through the calendar and how, you know, especially Western astrology is organized. So, yeah. Then you have the hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. You're highly guided. Some of you have any type of fear. Know that, first of all, the ideas that you want to birth, they are guided by spirit. So there's no failing possible because it's guided by spirit. Trust in the vision that spirit is trying to give you, the impulses that you're feeling through your body. Then you have releasing the past, emerging, transforming energies, transmuting. So this is what I feel might be part of what left you in procrastination. But what I want to share with you is that I feel, because especially it's at the end of a year 9, December, okay, where that's the last month to close a year 9, a year where we're completing this whole 9-year cycle, okay? And that means completing chapters comes with ending certain cycles of repetition. So maybe some of you, you have to realize that the person that you were at the beginning of the year and the person that you are now at the end is a very different one. You had to face certain storms in order to realize what needed to be released and what was going to withhold the test of time. And some of you might be, you still have the desire of ... Okay? You had to release certain fears in order to become a greater match or match to the frequency of the one that is able to start this dream, inspired by spirit. Okay? And then we have the records. Yeah. Remember why you came. Be bold and legacy. You have a very specific purpose here. My pile. Oh, sorry. My pile number 2. There's something that you were always meant to create, and that we need you to feel empowered to create. And this is what we're going to give you with this reading. Empowerment. Because empowerment is what gives this initiative, that initiation, propelling energy to start. Yeah. Oh, the Queen of Cups. The Nine of Swords. You know what I'm receiving just with this? Is that some of you pay attention to when you look at yourself in the mirror. What do you tell yourself? Or what do you hear in the background? Do you have a certain narrative that is being played in the background, just like a recording? Yeah. Some of you, I do feel that there's some type of broadcast in the background of your mind. Maybe some of you, you've heard negative statements about your abilities, about your idea, if you share it with everyone or anyone at all. I feel that maybe some of you, because of the excitement that I felt, there's an excitement that wants to propel you, okay? But maybe some of you shared with too many people what that idea, what that creative endeavor was, and as a result got feedback that left you stuck in a certain loop. But know one thing, it was always meant to occur. There was no, oh, I should have not, or I should. Don't have any regret, because through the whole process that you're going through, even though it looks like procrastination to you, or maybe on the outside, what you think people would label is happening, no, you're actually shedding, you're healing, you're actually becoming, you're shedding what is in the way of your own becoming, of your own remembrance. Okay, well, all right. So we have, let's look at this. First, we have the Tower and the Ace of Cups. A little bit of what I share. The Tower is associated to Mars. And this is a lot of repetition here with, you see how the head is looking down? A lot of mental program, a lot of things that is running as a mode of thinking, a mode of operation that would keep you from seeing how lovely you are. I feel as some of you, how success is available to you. Yeah. I really feel as some of you, there was some maybe discouraging feedback. Maybe it's not from this idea. Maybe it's something that is much older. This figure looks a little bit childlike. So maybe some of you, it's childhood programs, feedback about what you want to create, about what your dreams are about. Especially when we're children, we have no filter about who we are, what we want, what is available to us. You know, for me, I would never forget that my first job, career that I wanted to be as a child was a mail person. I wanted to deliver messages, letters, because they made me so happy when I received them. And then my dream got destroyed because my mother told me that I would be hated because letters often meant bills and no one wanted to receive bills. And yeah, it kind of crushed me. But but look at me now delivering messages of healing, messages, even though sometimes it can look like it's a little bit daunting, it's a little bit triggering, it's a little bit difficult. There are always, always hope, faith in a greater becoming. So that's something that when I realized, obviously later in my awakening, remembering what I wanted to do, I'm like, oh my God, I am living my childhood dream. I had other dreams, but that was the first one though. That was the first one. So some of you, maybe that's a little exercise that you want to do. What was the first dream that you had as a child to become? Because you might already be doing it and not realizing it. Okay? So I'm going to interrupt a second and reshuffle everything, and we'll see what those cards want to share with us. All right, let's look at your 3 cards here. We have the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. So in December 2025, you can expect some moments of clarity around certain programs between feminine and masculine. So maybe there is a tendency to be more in one energy versus the other, but there's something that is being put to rest. Maybe some of you, it's about your creativity, especially when you're inspired by creating something from source. And you might have no idea how to create this. Maybe some people that are around you, they're not at all on this type of journey. They're not at all supportive of this type of thinking. Maybe they're more practical, pragmatic. And that means that you really need to have a proper balance of being receptive to your feminine guidance and intuition in order to know what are the steps that you need to take and when, and being okay with maybe the phase where you thought you were in procrastination. I think that some of you, you're going to realize that you were never procrastinating. It's not because you haven't started yet, or you started and stopped, or whatever is the case, that you haven't been on the journey of making your dreams come true. Because even if you just have a desire and you don't start, you're already putting that seed, and the universe knows it, and it's going to start helping you become a frequency match to it. So I feel that some of you, there were certain programs as far as, again, how to go about manifesting your dreams that you needed to face, that you needed to experience, that now you can put to rest. And in December, they're going to be highlighted. Let's see if there is more about that healing process here. Pile number 2. Okay. Ooh, Phoenix Rising, Alchemy. And I believe it's just a little bit like we just mentioned it to you. The realization of knowing that maybe even if you started and stopped or didn't start, and still thought about this dream, you were alchemizing yourself, alchemizing your vibration, alchemizing your surrounding to become a frequency match. That's very powerful here, pile number 2. So let's see what guidance we can receive and support you with in terms of alchemy work, okay? Some of you, this is something that is very dear to me, to give you some music that you can meditate to, so you are doing this process. I'm also including a mantra if you like to use your voice to manifest, and also a mudra to help run the circuit of energy through your body. So this is a whole package of alchemy, of chemistry that is, helping you become that frequency match, release what no longer serves you, and see what really withholds the test of time. And I think this is more and more showing you your true essence, your true nature. Okay, this is something that is in the record, so it's shedding the illusion of the false program, wherever they are, collective programs or personal programs. We have the snake spirit, very interesting. That card was also this and this one in pile number 1. If some of you were maybe thinking about that pile, there might be some more messages for you. And then the good luck, auspicious, wishes granted, and blessings. Know that December 2025 is a great time of luck. Actually, that was the message of the Sagittarius season with enter your lucky era. If some of you haven't watched this yet, definitely go and check it out, because that really feels like there's some messages from pile number 1 and from that particular pick a card reading. Okay, and let's see what else. But this is definitely a very auspicious time for you to start putting more energy to consciously realize that you've always been creating this ultimate dream of yours. Even if it looked like you weren't doing anything, you were, because that's working on your vibration. That's you having higher awareness, higher insight, activating your inner side, activating your true self. That is already part of you starting the dream, starting to build that foundation. You have the Hierophant. Look at this, you realizing that you are the creator of that matrix, and also realizing what matrices you may have been locked into. Yeah. So holding the light of what is really your higher truth. The Hierophant is connected to Taurus. So the sign of Taurus, as far as an archetype and its light work, is a divine light holder. It holds the light, because with Aries, you have this initiation of the breath. You're starting the dream, but then you have to hold the light. And this is where your work has been, is to be able to hold the light of your own personal truth. So you've been doing the work, pile number 2, if some of you ever doubted, but you're going to be entering a phase that's even luckier, because you're realizing all of this. And that might have been the missing clue, is the realization of you already being in that process. Instead of feeling like you want it so much, but you're not doing it. No, that whole energy you've been always feeling towards your dream has been part of the work. The 9 of Wands. See, you going through through the trial and error. I'm hearing. Maybe some of you feel like you've tried and it failed, and this and that, and it just back and forth, or stop and go, or don't worry about it. That was always part of your own becoming, so you could tap into your deepest potential. So let me use this new deck that I was gifted. Okay, so that's a lot of crystals, so we'll take just the first one. Thank you so much, Angie. Okay, some of you, if you didn't know, it was my birthday in November, and I love cards. Obviously, I love decks. Some of you want to send me or ever send me a little something. I will post my wish list and all the decks that I would love to have as part of my collection. So we have here the leopard skin jasper. Never seen this one. I know jasper, but I never seen the leopard skin. It says, leopard skin jasper is a fascinating stone adorned with unique spots, reminiscent of a leopard's coat. It is highly valued for its protective qualities and its ability to instill confidence and grounding energy. In ancient times, it was considered a talisman, believed to ward off negative energies. Today, leopard skin jasper is known as the stone of inner strength. Yes. Promoting self-assurance and providing a solid foundation in life. It acts as a shield against negativity, fostering a deep sense of stability and confidence. Wow. Okay. So some of you, if you have this type of jasper, or just jasper, I would say is really grounding. It's to help you against negativity, but also your confidence in your dream. Now, in terms of frequency healing, I feel for you, my dear one, that I really want you to work with the yin-yang frequency. I really want you to connect to the feminine and masculine energy and shed some of the programs that need to be put to rest. Now, with, again, the chakra and the earth element, I feel like just in pile number 1 that the mudra that I'm going to recommend is the earth element. The root chakra. And if you feel called more to the earth, and or you want to use both, the earth, which is your ring finger with the thumb. So earth element, root chakra. Okay? So you can decide if you want to use both or one or the other. As far as a mantra, I really feel that I wanted to activate your third eye. So I'm going to, especially this portal looks like an eye, an iris. I don't know if you can see it properly. And I think some of your cards in the previous message, the eye stood out, also activating your side. So I'm going to suggest that you chant Om, connecting you to your third eye. Yes. That's what I have for you, my dear pile number 2. Sending you so much love, so much light. And if some of you still want some further guidance, I do have a Black Friday promotion. I only have a few spots left, but if you're interested, just look in the description box below. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your messages for December 2025. You have the beautiful goddess Bronwen with forgiveness. And if you chose according to zodiac placement, the message that I received was to look into your natal Vedic astrology sun placement. That's your true sky placement. If some of you don't know how to find this, please look in the description of the post or this video. So if you chose according to zodiac placement, we have Capricorn, Scorpio, and Aries. Okay, if those are not your sign, don't worry about it. Just another way for people to find their own messages and relate. Okay, so let's look at your predictions for December 2025. A lot of healing so far, a lot of realization of your own truth, your own light, laying the foundation, more solid foundation to start 2026. Very interesting. I thought it was, yeah, okay, 1 card. Oh, 2 cards, hidden. Okay, something hidden. Maybe something hidden is going to be revealed. Okay. Something that was hidden to you. Okay, wow. All right. And I feel just 1 card. Very interesting. Okay. All right, so we have, Panther Spirit. I said who because of the hidden phase that emerges from the darkness and says, reclaim your power. Love it. Maybe some of you, you've let certain situations in the past overwhelm you, overcome you, weaken you. Yeah. Then we have Bee Spirit. Sweet results await. Great. Maybe some of you I'm hearing as well, it might have been that you were too sweet, you were too nice. Lack of boundaries could have led you to put people and their needs before your own, and as a result, maybe creating bitterness, creating certain situations that in December 2025, you're going to break free from. We have alignment. It's coming together. Precision. I love this under the sweetness. Some of you, you're going to realize that Yes, your kindness, your sweetness, and what you know you can create in your life, the sweetness of life, enjoying the nectar of life, is all about your alignment with your own power. So there's some shift, and I feel that some of you, maybe in the past, you were scared of the feedback of others. Maybe people say you've changed and how they were attached to the old version of you. But with December's energy, yeah, ain't gonna happen. That is not flying anymore. You're sweet, but not that sweet that you will take yourself out of alignment. That's almost like the, like the polarity here. I'm sweet, but I have my boundaries. It's almost like I only allow a specific circle of people, of energy. Okay, wow. Pile number 3, my phone died. I lost total power. So there's something here about power, your empowerment. I was talking about only certain circle of people, energies that you allow. Definitely. This is like so strong. Wow, this has never happened. Okay, so I plugged in my phone. It shouldn't happen anymore. But there's something about being plugged into your own self, your own energy, your own desires, your own soul's alignment. Okay, maybe some of you, you can forgive certain situation, but that doesn't mean you allow the people back into your life. Very interesting. Then we have the singing stones. Transmit your vibration, use your voice. Maybe some of you, this is, wow, I'm hearing something very interesting, as if the alignment of your truest voice comes from this type of understanding. That you see how this bee almost has a circle defined around her? Yeah, almost like you're not meant to share your energy with everyone. That stands out very strongly here. And that is something that in December 2025, you're going to have to recognize. The universe is going to make you recognize and understand your worth. Because only when you start honoring those facts will your power come online. You be plugged in, tapped into the own vortex of your destiny. You see how there's sort of like circle of stones? It really feels like a passage. It's almost like December 2025 feels like a passage, an initiation of your reclaimed power. Then we have ancestral messages, connection, belonging, and ask for help. I feel that some of you, there's a lot of support, maybe a particular past loved one. It doesn't have to be a feminine figure, but there's definitely ancestral support. Maybe some of you, what I'm hearing is that you're meant to channel back certain traditions from your lineage that requires you to be in alignment with your own power, to be in alignment with your own truth. And that requires you not to let certain energies part of your circle. Very interesting. Let's see what we have here. Wild. Yeah, this is the wild, raw expression of yourself. Some of you, if you have access to the goddess temple and starseed temple, I would suggest to look at the latest Lilith reading that we have. There's something about the dark feminine energy reclaiming your essence. I remember that the transit of Lilith, if I'm not mistaken, is right now in Western astrology in Scorpio. Wow, that's a confirmation. Okay, that is all about stepping up, leveling up. Okay. All right. I feel that this is your first layer of message for December, and I'm going to shuffle the cards and channel the next one. Okay, let's look at the second layer of messages for you. Oop. that's a lot of cards. So, well, then this is this. The fact that it was a lot of cards, maybe some of you, there's more, I would say a handful of people, relationships, situations. I'm feeling maybe up to 5 relationship that may be related to the situation of what we just said earlier. Okay, doesn't have to be, but it felt like you have to really put yourself first in the situation, my dear. Pile number 3. Yeah, not everyone should have access to your light. Look at this. So patience and cycle. So there's something that is brewing, and I feel this is the remembrance of your own power. Some of you, through December 2025, you are remembering. It's a process. There is this energy of initiation. Some of you, you might relate to whatever Lilith will share with you in that reading. Yeah. I'm going to put it here. It will be in the description of the post, by the way. Chameleon spirit. Act as if. And stone goddess. Unwavering love and support. Maternal line. Yeah, that was in pile number 1. So some of you, if you were tempted to listen to pile number 1, there's definitely a confirmation there might be something there for you. It might be part of the circle of people or certain dynamics that could be part of you having lost your power in the past. Now, what it's sharing here is that I feel this is, the act as if is not really accurate in your case, because it's when you start putting boundaries with some of those dynamics, relationships that are disempowering you, that are not celebrating you, that are not reciprocating the love and the time and effort that you give, you start shedding the layers of untruth and you start shining your true light, and you become that energy that you've been waiting to embody for lifetimes. This is big for you. I really feel as some of you, you might receive an initiation from a certain archetype. It could be also a certain star system. Some of you, I've seen this year receiving initiation from the Pleiades. Personally, I've received, I think it was a couple years ago from Sekhmet. There's certain energies that come and teach you about certain principles, knowledge, higher wisdom. So I feel that this is big for you, pile number 3, but it does require you to really honor the sacredness of your space. You see, even here with the feminine, honor what your feminine essence is telling you. Wow, interesting. I was there in pile 1, pile 2. I think there is something that was affecting your creativity that is, well, that was this disempowerment. I was going to wonder what happened, but no, it was affecting your own light, because you might have not be realizing, but some of you, you were dimming your light because you're very strong empath in this pile. You could already feel the discomfort, some of the ego programs, jealousy, whatever those programs were that were projecting on you, part of that circle, and that would dim your light. So this is a time for you to shed this, address this shedding, and allow yourself to be true to who you are, to be true to who you're meant to embody and become in this lifetime. I feel there's a card here. The cycle breaker. You'll get through it. Cycle ending. I'm telling you, again, cycle. This you're in this in between in December. Okay, so you're preparing yourself for a year one, 2026. This is big. This is really big. Yes, Ace of Pentacles. There's some great opportunities that are awaiting you, my dear pile number 3. So, how do I support you in the ways that I personally know? It's through frequency, using mudra, which is sign language, connecting all the elements of the universe into your body, and chanting mantra. If you want to use just one and not the other, it's fine. Just listen to your intuition. But you are in this very transformative portal energy between a year 9 to the year 1, 25, 2026, where you're no longer entertaining BS. That's very strong. No longer. Okay, this is a lot, but this is the card. This is going to help you connect. As some of you, your crown, obviously the crown. This is your queen energy, your king queen energy. This is you being sovereign. Oh, I love this. It's the amethyst. Amethyst, a delightful purple quartz variation treasured for centuries for its powerful healing qualities. It acts as a connection between the everyday and the spiritual, holding deep spiritual meaning. With links to the third eye and crown chakra, amethyst is believed to unlock intuition and inner wisdom. But what truly sets this stone apart is its renowned calming properties, a serene escape in our hectic lives. This makes amethyst a top choice for meditation, restful sleep, regulating mood swings, and clearing mental clutter. Helps you with, even conflict resolution. Ooh, some of you have this. Definitely try it out under your pillow to sleep at night. So what I'm going to suggest the soul retrieval frequency. This is one that helps you reclaim your power. And it's easy for me to know we want to crown you with your sovereign truth, your sovereign light. So you're going to use the crown mudra, which is all the fingers interlaced except the pinkies together pointing out. And for the mantra, I feel that I want to spark your connection to the divine. Om Brahmasmi. I am divine consciousness. So you can have greater clarity on what you need to shed, those complex situations, breaking the cycles. It helps you tap into the divine and become that divine, sacred version of yourself that is always meant to emerge from any and all conflict and situation. So that's what I have for you, my dear pile number 3. I'm sending you so much love, so much light. And if some of you are still struggling and need deeper personal guidance, I do have still active my Black Friday sale. I only have a couple of spots left. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you soon in the next reading. Bye.